My name is Stephan Dombaj. We are sitting here on the banks of the beautiful Tyne in Northumberland on the border to England. Salmon season is on, and great question is now, with all the lines that are out there, how do I combine my line with the right tip? And if you are watching this video, I highly recommend that you go back in the history, check out the video where we're talking about the Nextcast lines. I've Simen Strømhylden here from Nextcast Europe, and we in great depth explained the new Nextcast line system, and obviously they come with a complementary tip kit. Tips from 10, 12 to 15 foot, and the way to combine them and the way you make them weapon grade shooting head systems. We'll have a little chat about this right now.
Yeah, I will try to just recommend what you should use on our different lines.
Yes.
Because this can sometimes ruin your line if you're using the wrong tip, and you won't get that feeling that we're all aiming for.
A good spaghetti presentation,
so,
and just tickles down like a little dry fly.
Always nice. Well, I will start with the 10-foot tips. Important to say they come from a float up to I think 5-7, so you have a big variety. I would use those on our single-handed lines, Nextcast Trout. I would use them on the Nextcast Sailor Finder 40, and I would use them on the Sailor Finder 45. So that's like the 10-foot tips. Yeah. We have the 12-foot. I use them also on Nextcast Sailor Finder 40 if I want a bit longer line. Yeah. I use them sometimes on the Nextcast Zone, because the Zone is like, if I use something from 450 grains on the belly and down, I tend to not want my tip too long. So then I go down to a 12-foot tip. So that's a really cool thing to do if you're fishing the shorter ones. I think actually that's what's on when you tested the 11.6 rod.
Right.
Yeah, I think
right.
that's a 12-foot tip. Yeah, yeah. So that's a cool thing. The 15-foot tips, they are perfect for the zone lines from 450 grains and all the way up. Also perfect on the Nextcast core. Then you wouldn't want a shorter one, because these short gadget heads, it's just, you need something to calm it a bit down.
To force a little bit to anchor.
Yeah.
I have that issue. I mean, we're both tall people, and having the opportunity to switch not only between 10 and 15 foot and nothing in the middle, the different tips will give me the opportunity to smoothen my anchor point and give me a better position.
Yeah. Important to say that the tips come with a line ID here in the back, so you just attach where it's marked into your belly. Yeah, and it will say how long it is and what sinking rate it is. And the tips, the 10-foot tips, they weigh around 5.8 grams. The 12 is 6.8, and the 15-foot is 8.8 grams. Yeah, so that's the window. And yeah, come in all densities, match our lines just perfectly. Spent a lot of time designing them. Also worth mentioning is that they are tapered. Not only the floating lines, but the sinking 5-7 also is tapered, so it will just give the right energy to your fly.
Yeah, I will aid your presentation. That's very good.
Absolutely.
And while they're perfect with the Nextcast lines, we've also tried them on a variety of other lines, just in case you happen a pile of lines around from your grandpa. They're still good, unlike many other tips that only work with a certain line system. Another thing that he would probably won't tell you is that all of these lines, they last quite a long time. So this will be the last sink tip setup, unless you break it off on a river. On top of the very thorough and thought-through Nextcast line system, you have the tip system with a variety of densities to personalize your fishing experience and cater for whatever needs you might find, from basically heavy T-tip-like lines for scheduled lines to the more Scandinavian even spade type of lines, tapered all the way down to aid your presentation. Yeah, another arrow in the quiver.
Yeah, it's perfect. Just have a wallet like this, have your different tips and 1 or 2 bellies, and you can just go out and you can fish most conditions. Very easy.
Everything in one little shooting head wallet. That's what we want. Uncomplicated and effective.
Yeah.